I'm not even really sure what to say, you guys. It's been a crazy couple of years. I think we can all agree. And in that time, obviously, we had a pandemic, global crisis slash trauma. Sean and I have moved. And I'm also working on another workshop. If you didn't know, I did an inner child workshop and another book proposal. I want to do an eating disorder book finally. And even as I hear myself talking about this, I don't I don't know why I struggle with this. It's like I feel like I need to explain, or I've just been having this battle with myself. Even, I mean, I'm sure Sean has his own struggles with this too, but the when you work for yourself, people are like, when you work for yourself, you don't work a day in your life, or I don't even know what people say. It's like better to work for yourself. I don't necessarily agree with that, because you're where the buck stops, and I've always made a commitment to create content for you guys. It used to be every Monday, now it's on Tuesdays. And I have my podcast, and what we've put out has just increased a lot, and I find myself feeling guilty for not holding up my end of the commitment always. But it's been like 11 years, and I think I can take a break. I don't know why I'm so hard on myself, but I am. And I think that's why I've been so consistent. Like Sean and I have always like delivered. When we told you that we're going to do something, we do it. And so anyway, I'm just really needing a break. Like, look, I'm like super tearful. I know all the signs and symptoms, right? This is why I always say therapists, we know better, but we don't always do better. So I know I'm not sleeping as well as I usually am, and feeling more tired no matter how much sleep I get. Like, we went to Houston for my friend's wedding and I slept like 12 hours a night and I was still exhausted. But anyway, I'm not sleeping great. I've been super tearful. I've been irritable in general. And I feel like my hunger fullness is a little bit off. And I always tell you guys, like, hey, pay attention to these things. And here's the things you should do. And I think it's time that I take my own advice, but also to lead by example. And I think that's kind of a goal that I have for myself this year, but obviously it's October, so moving into 2023, my goal is to lead more by example. And I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in, but I'm happy to do, more little short videos about things I do to take care of myself, because there is quite a lot that I do, and a lot that I'm not doing, right? Like, I'm just telling you, I haven't had a vacation, like a week off in 2 years. And that's where sometimes I like fight with myself, because I miss like my like corporate jobs before this, because I could just leave work at work knowing that someone else will like pick up the slack. But when Sean and I leave, there's like there I mean, we have some people who help us, but like you have to see me. I have to create content. There's no one to pick up that slack, right? And I don't know why I've always considered what we do like that we need to build up and have extra so that when we take vacation, things still roll out. I don't know why I created that in my head, but we've been living by that for a long time. And I think also the pandemic caused me to just like bury myself in work so that I like didn't hear the chaos that's happening in our world. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Also, I feel like it's been a busy couple of years, and I've just been feeling overwhelmed. Needless to say, I haven't been taking my own advice, and I want you all to hold me accountable to taking breaks. I hope that I can lead more by example. I hope I can show you that I'm taking care of myself in the way that I tell you to take care of yourself, actually like practicing what I preach. Like, for instance, my father-in-law, who is wonderful, I love Eric, I'd asked for Christmas for The Artist's Way, a book where you kind of like, you're supposed to journal every morning and do all these things to like increase your creativity and increase your ability to focus. And he's got it for me. He was like, I love that. That's a great idea. And I got it for Christmas last year, and I have yet to start it. And it sits on my desk every day and just like looks at me and is like, you're not doing what you need to do. And it's really frustrating that I can't even make that time for myself. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but when I get caught in these ruts of like burnout and overwhelm, it feels like every day is like Groundhog's Day. Like, I get up, I get ready. Either Sean takes Roxy out, or I take her out. I make breakfast. Like, it's the same routine. We finish work. We turn on the TV. We watch the news for like 20 minutes. It's like, it's just wash, rinse, repeat. And I think that for me is super, not only not healthy, but also like burnout central, because I can't just keep doing the same thing every day. I remember like years ago, maybe 2018, 2019, I went to this event at YouTube Space LA about like for creative people. Now, I don't think of myself as being creative, but at the time, my partner manager at YouTube was like, go to this thing. It'll be really cool. I've heard really good things about it. So I signed up, I went, and life was changed. The guy that was leading this workshop, I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head, but I can't. And he had essentially said everybody puts creativity on a pedestal, thinking that you have to look or be doing these certain things to be a creative, right? Like I don't paint or sculpt or make clothes, or you know what I mean? And he was like, no, like you create things every day, like you put things out, and we all do. And I know I've mentioned this briefly in the past, but we're all creatives and we're all creating. And I was reading a random research article, as one does, because I do a lot of random reading about things when I'm putting together the videos for you guys. And they found, this wasn't even the premise of, or the reason they were doing this research, but they found that people are better able to create and focus in general, like across all jobs. Like you're an accountant, you're a partner manager, you do whatever you do. You're doing a job, sales rep. We work better after we have some alone time. And it's almost like productive unproductivity, if that makes sense. It's like by wandering around and having a day off where we don't have to do anything, we're actually better able to create and focus at work and better able to do our jobs. Now, obviously we could say, well, that's the weekend, but I think the weekends like aren't enough for me. I feel like weekends are filled with things that I couldn't get done during the week. And so it ends up being like a 7-day work week, and it's not that it's even work. Weekends are like family work, like I need to pull the weeds in that part of the backyard, or I need to go to Costco, or I need to, pick up the things from the P.O. box, the dry cleaning, or I need to wash the dog, like just shit that I don't want to do, but I have to do. And I'm going to try to make an effort that like every other week I have like a Kati day where I just do things that feel good, that are like breath in for me. Because, and I hope you feel the difference, because the one thing I don't ever want to do is have you guys feel my burnout. Like I don't want it to, dump it on you. That's on me, right? I own that and I need to be better. I need to take better care of myself. I need to do things that I know better. I just don't always do better. So anyways, I don't want to ramble and keep this going forever, but I do want you to know that if you're feeling this way, you're not alone. And if you found some of the advice or insights I've offered to be too difficult, join the club. I promise to try to practice what I preach more and lead by example, because I think you can only tell people so much and then you have to show it. And I'm making a promise to you that in 2023, I will show up for myself first, and I will for sure show up for you in a real way. And I just hope that you feel the difference, and I hope it comes through in the workshops that we're preparing. I'm preparing one for January about boundaries, and I'm really excited about it, but I can't really get into it yet because I just don't have that oomph. Do you ever feel like, that burnout just makes me like, ugh, like it just, everything seems like a task, even though I love creating that stuff and I'm excited about it, Anyways, I hope by doing this, I'm able to breathe new life into what Sean and I create. I'm able to breathe new life into our community. I hope you feel and see the difference. I would love to hear how you're doing. That's one of the things that I know is a breath in for me, is like the live streams I do on Patreon and the hangouts and just spending time with you guys. So I would love to know how you're feeling. If you're feeling burnt out, what you've been doing to take better care of yourself. If you're not feeling burnt out, how do you avoid it? I would love to learn from you, because like I've always said, it's my expertise, but it's your experience. And I think it's our experience as humans. We're all humans sharing this world, and it's been a tumultuous couple of years. And I just have I feel like I've kept trying to get my footing, but like another wave hits and I just haven't taken the time to like rest. Sometimes I just need to take a beat and figure out where I'm at, where I want to be, and if the choices I'm making every day are leading me in the right way, because I don't always think they do. Sometimes when you're stressed, or I should speak personally, I make impulsive, maybe not the most healthy or helpful decisions. And so try and take my own advice, get things sorted, take a break, rediscover the reason that Sean and I created this channel and the reason I do what I do and why I love it so much and why it is so fulfilling. And just recharge. I have so many videos on YouTube. If you're needing a hit of, mental health educational content, take to the YouTube search bar and put in some terms like anxiety over the holidays, and you can look in Katie Morton. My videos will come up. Just any search terms like depression, anxiety, self-injury, eating disorders, Katie Morton. The videos will come up and you can, watch them. If you're wanting to watch more live stream type content, we have that over on Patreon. I think it starts at $5 a month and you can access all those old live streams where I answer everybody's questions. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me do this amazing job. It's not a job I ever thought would be a job, but it's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. And I'm so appreciative, and I promise to do better. I promise to practice what I preach and lead by example versus just talking at you because, like I said, I know better, but I don't always do better. And this doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect, but you can hold me accountable. I just promise to do better than I did yesterday. And that's always going to be my goal. Okay? Have a great week. Take your breaks when you need to so you don't end up like me, like years out, not having taken a break. Have a good week next week.